Hello and welcome to another West March
Okay.
Guys live stream. Look at that. I remembered how to do it, and it is all sorts of fun. So as I slowly adjust the layout because I screwed it up. Hi, welcome. Sorry for us not being live last week. Um, we had something which I know no one is used to, which is called scheduling issues with D&D, because that never happens. Everyone is always available. And yeah, so we find ourselves here. The crew finds themselves currently sitting in Via Macania, hiding out in Xander's hideout basement. Um, I think hideout works.
Technological Wonderland.
Yes, that.
That
Uh,
does sound
Laboratory.
cool.
and I'll just leave it to you guys as you wake up in the morning and have to figure out what you're gonna start and do with your time currently here in Via Macania.
I will say that I did not. I got as little sleep as possible. I went to bed after everyone else, and I woke up before everyone else.
What were you? Were you just like neck
I'm
deep in
just
technology the
tinkering
entire?
at Xander's. He has this device that configures his gauntlets.
Okay,
And I am currently in the process of attempting to use it to design my own,
nice.
but not like his. I don't like
Jesus
lightning.
Christ.
I don't like lightning. I think mine are probably going to be poison or acid.
That is a good choice. Lightning's boring.
Acid gauntlets.
I can
Fucking
already
ridiculous.
spit. I can also already spew acid out of my mouth. So it's just like an added bonus, right?
Yeah, I like it. All right. So as you guys all wake up at the crack of dawn, you see Xander kind of roll down, and he's in his armor, which is interesting because he has his armor on and then a bathrobe over it. But he just kind of like hits the button on the like food processing like kitchen unit, and then just like stands there and waits till the coffee starts, and then just like shuffles back and sits down at the table. But as you guys all kind of roll in, you smell eggs and bacon slowly being fried up, and the table is yours.
Yes, please.
Sit down and grab some food. Do we? Do we know what happened after the? We didn't catch up with Finn yet, so we don't know like that anything that happened after that.
Yeah, you have no idea. You know Finn's missing. You know like a bunch of shit went down, and you know Heavy Neck
Heavy
was
necks. Yeah.
captured. You don't know if Finn was or wasn't captured. I'd say maybe you assume he's like locked up with him, or maybe he's on the run. It's hard to say. Um,
I don't think the guards could have caught Finn.
Yeah, that dude's slippery.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll be
But
fine.
I think I can probably find him if we want to. Can spend the day searching for him.
I mean, I'm sure he'll find his way back to us. I
I'm
mean,
busy.
Yeah.
although when I asked him if he was coming back, he said something like, "I killed Teddy. I'm sorry," and then like freaked out. So maybe he's not. I don't know.
They were like, what are we
Did
supposed to
you
do
say
with
this
that
before?
knowledge?
Did I miss that? But didn't Teddy stay back on the ship with Heavy?
No,
Or
he
that-
was with us. You did miss that.
Oh, he was. Well,
Yes. They were
I'm
all
gonna go find.
both he and Heavy Neck had been captured, and Finn grabbed Teddy and teleported away, and then Teddy blew up.
yep.
Okay. No, I remember that part. I didn't know if we all knew that in
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I don't think any of us knew that.
Okay, I
Which
remember the very painful moments for Finn. Yes.
Um,
I'm trying to think if you guys would have realized that or not. I guess you were like,
very far away.
We did know because Xander told us about the collars.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, we got Heavy Neck, who is most likely in one of the prisons. which I think Xander said he's probably in Fort Thomas. And then we have Finn, who is wandering around the city like an idiot. But we
Right.
also have our mission, which is to find more people to take over the boats. So I mean,
True. But
Didn't
Xander,
the
we're
late-
down
oh,
2 people. That already puts us at
I
a
saw-
disadvantage.
so Sheila, you're kind of like the mom here. So like, what do you want to do?
So, like maybe Heavy Neck is recruiting while he's in prison. So we should figure out how we get to for Thomas.
That's a good idea. That's a good point. He probably will do that.
If anything, if we can figure out a way to break Heavy Neck out, then he can take some people along below us.
Do you think he won't be able to break out himself? I kind of feel like he might. If anybody can, it would probably be him. But
Yeah,
it would
see
be by
that.
but it would probably be by accident.
Hell yeah, like
He
he'll
leans
just show
against
up.
the one loose stone.
He'll just show up in a barrel tomorrow.
Well, he'll make friends with the biggest person there, and then the biggest person there will like throw him through a wall, and then he'll be free.
As everyone is talking about this, I sort of perk up a little bit and turn around and I say, "We were here for another reason, were we not?" Yes, yes. I will be creating a new steel defender as well. 9 is currently inaccessible. Excuse me, and I just like walk to another part of Xander's workshop. And anyone who is currently around 9 on the ship just sees him just like collapse into a pile of metal parts.
okay.
Did that suit of armor just die?
You just hear like off in the distance, like, what the fuck?
He was in the middle of carrying cannonballs around the ship, just collapsed.
Goes right to the deck.
And I'm going to start building a new steel defender.
Nice. Okay, I like it. Xander, as you see, like he like finishes the last of his coffee and puts it on the thing. He's like, well, I guess 2 things. One, I don't know how long I leave your boat in that spot. Like it was good for like the night, but I know they're searching pretty aggressively for you guys, so you should probably move that like out of the city unless you don't want it. In which case, I'm sure they'd gladly impound it for you.
It's currently in the middle of the
that
ocean
boat.
somewhere, right?
No, it's by sun. It's right underneath the Sunrise Bridge, pretty much.
Oh, I thought we moved it further
What?
away.
I can get us back there. We can go to some other town for right now, and I can get us back into the city pretty easily now.
Well, why don't I just message whoever's on the ship and just tell them to bring the ship out of, or maybe just keep moving it around.
No worries.
I mean, do you want to just message someone on the
Go to a
ship and be
couple different
like,
ports.
get it the fuck out?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll need it. Oh, well, I mean, I was gonna say we'll need it back, but we have Etrian, so we can get back to the ship.
I have not had
Yeah,
enough time to create it into a submersible vehicle as of yet. I will need another several weeks.
All right, it's like early, right?
It's early. I mean, it's whenever you guys typically wake up, but like the sun's just like cresting through. I guess actually you guys probably wouldn't see the sun. Maybe there's like a daylight function somewhere in this like thing to like indicate that the sun is up.
Totally.
The lights kind of turn
It's
up.
a smart window. That
Yeah.
Time
shows the
timekeeping
sun.
piece. All right, Zilch is gonna cast sending, and like really loudly, he's gonna be like, "Talon, wake up! Move the ship out of the city now. Don't bother responding. Just fucking do it."
You just all you get back is a fuck you. But you assume he will move it accordingly. So yeah, so ship move. Now you guys are
Now we're fucking stranded.
yeah.
Well, you guys are stranded. I can fly out of here
We'll be
anytime.
alright. Me too.
I'll call over from like you just hear me just like rummaging around and like hitting things with my hammer and all sorts of crazy noises. I just say, Xander, Do you know of a way to get into the prison?
Knocked on. Have you
Good
slept?
question.
I slept as much as was necessary.
Oh boy.
Xander just looks at you and he's like, I mean, I have Penelope scoping it out. If anyone can get in, she can. But that place is like pretty locked, like maximum security type shit. Like they don't really. Yeah, I remember someone tried to teleport into it once that was like really drunk, and they got like they showed back up where they were. Like they blinked out of existence, showed back up, and just looked way worse than they started. So I imagine it's got something on it that doesn't let you get in or out, and yeah, I could say he's gonna have a
That's
hard
good to
time.
know.
Let's just go with that. I wouldn't worry about him. He'll be fine.
All right.
Alright,
So
nobody wants to go find Finn.
I mean, maybe we should, so he doesn't try and blink into the prison.
Well, like,
Yeah.
if we think it's gonna be a little bit of time to get Heavy Neck out, then we should go find Finn, rally the troops, and figure it out from there.
Yeah, so even if we can get a message into the prison eventually and try to coordinate somehow or something. But
Yeah.
I can fly around the city and locate object on Finn's boomerang.
You mentioned that it
If he
is
catches
difficult
it.
to get in. How easy is it to get out?
You know how hard I said it was to get in? Take that and multiply by like 3 to get out.
Unfortunate. And I just turn around and keep looking.
Yeah, I definitely imagine it would be easier to get into a prison than out of it.
Yeah. All the security is usually facing inside.
Does this kind of prison accept visitors?
No. No.
No conjugal visits.
Nope. I've heard stories of guys who come out of there and they're just not the same person that they were when they went in. So I don't know what they do, but I wouldn't want to be one of them. That's
All right,
why I
Etri-
stay out of the prying eye, if you will.
All right, Etrian, if you want to try and find Finn, that would probably be a decent idea.
I
Just
can
to
do a
get him
giant
off.
eagle and probably take someone with me if anybody wants to help me look.
A giant
I'm-
eagle does not sound very inconspicuous.
That.
Eh. Can someone cast invisibility?
Finn can.
Ah, damn it. I'm doing it come back. All right, normal hawk has the same flying speed, so normal hawk it is.
Normal hawk.
Yeah, before I do that, I cast locate object. That only lasts for 10 minutes. So I wait till I'm kind of high up. And, oh no, cast it immediately. Climb up as far as I can and start looking around the city for 10 minutes.
Can you cast in bird form yet?
No, I cast it first, then take off. So if I can get to a higher place, that'd be better. Just save every little bit of it as I can.
That's fair. So yeah, as you kind of you get onto the elevator and it brings you up like because this is like under a waterfall, so it like rides up and then it like rides along the side of the waterfall and then just kind of like you end up it kind of like exits into what seems to be a like building that's like all boarded up, and as you kind of like step out of it, like it looks like just this abandoned warehouse, and then the elevator like disappears and you don't even see that it would be there.
I
But
can't
you're
believe you called this place a basement.
um, and yeah, you're able to take off and start locating object in an attempt to find Finn. Give me a. Let's see how successful you are on this. I think it's going to be a check because it's pretty much just the luck of the draw if you get into the right spot from where he is, like distance wise.
Well, how does locate object work? Doesn't it like show you a
It's
path
within
or something?
1,000 feet.
Yeah.
No, it's
Oh.
it's just sensitive to things within 1,000 feet.
So like you need to get within 1,000 feet, which is a
Yep.
big city. So like.
Well, I can if I don't find him the first pass, I'll land cast it again. Or actually, if I'm high enough up, I'll just turn out of a bird into me, and then cast it again, and then turn back into a just free fall for a bit.
For free fall. Oh my god. What's the casting time? You see like a random
I'm
person
hoping it's
falling out of the sky.
instantaneous.
It's awesome.
It's one action.
I mean, it would be doable. Like, you definitely could pull off like getting into the clouds and then yeah. So I'll give you 2 rolls for your
All right.
initial tries. I'm trying to think of what it would. I don't like perception feels
how
wrong
about
because you're not
perception?
looking.
Investigation, I'd say.
Maybe
I
Yeah.
would say
No,
investigation.
no. What about insight? Like I insight to know where he's going.
uh, I'll give you. I guess I'll give you perception or investigation. I guess either one is
I mean,
makes the most
when we
sense.
told Xander like where he probably like where he might be, like I think we told Xander like, oh yeah, he like looks like a homeless dude, and Xander was like, I can think of a couple places he might be.
Okay, so yeah, so I mean, it's not going to be easy, but it is doable. So we'll see how well
All
you
right.
guys pull this off.
So 2 perception checks.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, that's not bad.
So you're scoping out the first go, you try and hit some of the spots where you think he might be, and it's not working out. So you end up like flying up and doing the like free fall moment, uh, and then you end up kind of just coasting further away from where you are currently. And eventually you get a ping out, uh, you get a ping down, and you kind of like start swooping down, and you end up kind of going down this alley and end up just seeing a fin with like a bag in tow, the little boomerang sticking out of it, just like on the ground. And I guess I'll let you pick it up from there, Aaron.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, Finn's probably sitting like he's dressed in like, you know, like random belts and ratty, like he's still dressed like a fucking pirate. And he probably like
Homeless
grabbed
pirate.
like a towel or a rag or something and probably has it over himself, like trying to like as a makeshift cloak to like keep himself hidden. But like you know what he looks like, so obviously you can tell who he is. And he's probably,
yeah,
I
drop
think
into.
he's just kind of like rocking back and forth, like, oh, they're coming for me. They're coming for me. Oh my goodness, they're coming. Like,
Oh no. Yeah, so then I would a little bit away turn into Etrian. If I'm imagining I would at least notice that he's freaking out and turn into me a little bit away, so I don't just. I was gonna just do it right next to him. But that's not He's an aneurysm. No, so I come down the alleyway a bit and like just kind of calling out, Finn, you down there?
are you real? Are you a
It's
doppelganger?
Etrian.
No. Oh no, you left the city. You all
No.
left the city. You all left the city.
Yeah, but you know I
killed
can travel
Teddy.
through trees.
I killed Teddy.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
Teddy
Is he
exploded.
like?
I tried to save. I wanted to save Heavy Neck. I asked Heavy Neck who I should save. He told me not him. So I tried to save Teddy. I took Teddy and we teleported outside of the arena, and then he exploded. And oh, it didn't explode. He like it was like a shock collar, and he just died and he fried. And I ran, and then and then you all went away, and
That's a
I'm so
lot. That sounds like a
he like
lot.
breaks down. He's like, I'm so sorry.
Uh, is he like exhausted or is he hurt? Like hurt? Got to cure wounds or greater restoration?
He has two.
Like give him a
two
hug and cast greater restoration.
yeah. What does that do? Get rid of 1 level of exhaustion?
1 level of exhaustion. Yeah,
All right, so now he's down to 1.
it's like the best hug you've ever had, man.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice. I like this. This is good.
Right.
Are you
So,
are you here to like take me to prison?
we're gonna take you to prison. We're gonna go get the rest of the crew and figure out what to do next.
But
Also,
but
sorry I
I'm
didn't listen. I should have came out and helped you. That's on me.
no, I should have been more clear. I guess I had 25 words and I chose to use like 3. Am I not am I in trouble? Nobody's
No,
mad.
no, I don't.
I
Not on
killed
the crew. I don't think so. Was anybody mad?
What
do a
about
retrospective insight check.
what about Phantasma? Phantasma's not, she's not gonna help me anymore.
I can help with that a little bit. And she didn't seem that upset. I don't think. I don't remember when we were on the boat, but I don't think she seemed that upset. But I can help. I can help her regrow her hand, and then she won't really worry about that. I don't think.
You guys remember Phantasma has been lost in thought a lot of the time recently, so like it's not like I mean maybe you guys were like, "Oh, Teddy's missing," and she just kind of was like, "Uh-huh," and then just like went back to like just like like she's been in
No,
like 1,000 yard stare mode for a while.
I thought we told her that he was dead. So we got the message from Finn. I thought we told her.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
she definitely knows he's dead.
So yeah, but based on
Yeah, we can
the
like react that strongly.
not really, and not necessarily in a sense of like maybe she is upset, but like she's just not thinking about it at the moment. So you're not. It's hard to tell
Yeah.
exactly, but at the moment, no, she's
Yeah,
not
and
upset.
Finn, you got so much more to worry about right now. And this is kind of part of the life they all chose. They got arrested.
Yeah.
You tried to help. You did more for them than anybody else probably did.
I was just
It
trying
was
to
an
help.
accident.
I was just trying to help. It was an accident. I was just trying to help. I was just trying to
Yeah.
help.
So we go back to the rest of the group. We figure out a better plan together this time.
Wait, the
and
group is back in the
hopefully
city?
go back. Some of us are. Wait, is everybody? No, like 5 people. We came looking for you and Heavy. Okay.
Oh my God, Heavy! What happened to Heavy?
Did you see him?
Oh, Heavy was with all the gods, and then I teleported away with Teddy, and then Teddy fucking got fried, and then I don't know what happened to Heavy Neck. I assume you guys got out of the arena, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heavy
Yes,
Neck
he did.
did not. Right.
He wasn't. Was he? Is he? Yeah, we didn't see him. We haven't seen him since then. So you got to
Oh,
come
fuck
back
me.
and tell everybody else what you know and what you've seen. Anything about the room you can remember where you saw him in, or maybe
Are
the
we gonna
guards. You might be able to find the guards.
are we gonna save Heavy
Yeah.
Neck?
Yeah, we're gonna see a Heavy Neck, or at least help him try to get out.
All right. Okay. Okay,
You get
good.
a second
Okay.
chance.
Yes. Let's help Heavy Neck. Let's help save Heavy Neck. I'll redeem myself, and I will be good for this crew, and you don't have to leave me here, and I don't have to be alone.
Yeah, we wouldn't
Yes.
leave you
Okay.
here just for killing a guy. We've all killed so many people. I mean,
Yeah, but I killed a good
realistically, everyone's
guy.
like, "Hey, don't do that again." And then good and bad's pretty relative.
We're supposed to save the good
He's
guys,
a
not
good guy
kill them.
today, but when we went to that beach at first, we all thought we were going to murder them anyways. I mean,
That's a good point. You make a good
yeah,
point.
it just kind of happens.
Etrian, you're good at this.
Thanks.
Where is everybody? How do I get there?
I'm gonna turn. We're gonna take an hour. I'm gonna take a nap real quick. I'm gonna turn into a giant eagle. You're gonna get on my back, turn us invisible, and I'm gonna fly you there.
That's such an interesting plan. You're so smart. Okay, yeah, sure. You know what? Let's just sit. Let's just sit and chill.
Yep.
Have some elf time.
And if you see anybody on the way that you don't like any of those guards, I can try to poop on them. That would be satisfying.
I did not expect that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. How about you just let's just sit here for an hour. Good call. If
Mhm.
let's just chill here, and
Meditate a bit.
if anybody comes around that corner, you just grab my arm, and we will zip out of here somewhere else, and then we'll sit there for an hour.
Perfect.
Cool.
So as you guys kind of try and hunker into a nice secluded spot, can you both give me a stealth check?
Can I pass without a trace?
I mean,
Oh,
if you want
no.
to, by all means. If you're trying to be extra like safe about it, I'll give it to you because you haven't rolled yet.
Oh no, didn't prepare.
Didn't prepare?
So,
All right.
oh, that's not bad. That's the best I've ever rolled on stealth. Usually I do pass without a trace and I roll a 2. And it's like,
yeah, I mean it. Here, we'll do this. Yeah, you guys are fine. As you're hunkered down, you might get what probably happens is like halfway through your time, you see a guard kind of like get to the end of the like alleyway and like peer down it but not see you and then kind of like move on.
Hey,
Just that
Etrian,
like
are you hungry? I
on
found.
autopilot.
Are you hungry? I found this fish. It was at a market on a table, and it was just sitting there waiting for me to take it. So I grabbed a fish. Would you like some fish?
Sure.
It's not cooked.
I'll eat. It's not good. uh, I can. Oh, I'll just turn slightly into an animal with all. I can cast all. No, I'm not level 14 yet. I'll just hang out there. I'll just eat it with him. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Let me con check.
When you turn into a giant eagle, I'll feed this to you, and it'll be good.
There we
I
go.
didn't pay for it. I'm sorry. That was bad.
That's all right. Money doesn't make a lot of sense. Would it make you feel better if we went and left some money on where we stole this from?
No, I enjoyed stealing it. Um,
Fair
so
enough.
we got a little bit of time. Where are you from, Etrian? Like, what's your deal?
What do you mean my deal? I just kind of
We've like
been
never
traveling for a while.
we've like never vibed before. Like, what's up with you?
I just really want to see the world, trying to get as many wild shapes, to see the animals so I can turn into them. So, just really wanted to see what was out there.
So you're just like a wanderer by trade?
Yeah,
Like,
it's been like 100 years or so, just kind of walking around,
oh, so you're a young
mostly
guy.
alone. Oh, well, like 250 or so.
Oh yeah, you got plenty of life ahead of you.
Younger, yeah. Yeah. Really,
Yeah,
I
you
went
know
through
what?
something similar to what happened in Aspaya, and then I kind of left for a while, and then I met up with you guys, and that was actually I got arrested in what was that town that I met you guys in? I don't remember,
Oh,
some
Mm,
coastal town. And then
oh
I had
man.
to
Yep, hold on, I'm gonna find it.
yeah, then I had to work off the debt a little bit from some damages I caused, and realized I kind of miss hanging out with people, and then I met all you guys. It's been a lot of fun. It's been pretty lonely out in the woods.
so you were out in the woods. Oh, that's much better than the sea. Um,
Hmm. I usually
yeah,
just lived as an animal for a long time.
yeah, no, that's legit. That's legit. I like that. That's a good. That sounds like a good time. I mean, I'll try that sometime.
Pretty
So,
peaceful,
so,
but
so, how do you transform into
a little
animals?
crazy.
Can you like teach me how to do that? I like to like learn people's shticks and just do them.
I mean, sometimes you use polymorph, which I think you can probably learn. I don't know. The other one is kind
Polymorph.
of an innate druid ability, and you just kind of learn it from studying druidism.
Druidism, learning Druidism. I could probably do that. Um,
You could probably, I can start teaching you the basics at some point.
I think if I just watch you do it enough, I could probably learn it.
That's fair. You can try that too.
I don't know. I just like learn everyone's shit
Yeah,
and then I just do it.
can't imagine it'd be too hard.
I learned how to do a fireball from fucking what's his name from Magmor.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Can tell you how to do it. Where are
No,
you?
no, I
Where are
just
you
watched
from?
him
Didn't
do
we
it
just
enough time.
learn?
Huh?
You figured it out. Didn't we learn where you were from recently?
I maybe.
Trying
There's
to see how far we go.
yeah, Phantasma told me about a place that I might be from, but I'm not sure
Yeah, you might be from like
if
a
that's real.
mythical lost island. That sounds pretty awesome.
So that sounds like Heavy Neck told you that after I told him that it was a secret, but that's fine. Um,
That might not be something my character knows too. To be fair.
No, I love the
realistically,
idea that Heavy Neck probably just spilled the beans to you at some point, because I think that probably would be what he would have done.
so good. That's good to know for my survival, never to tell Heavy Neck anything ever again. Um, good. All
It
right.
would make you feel any better. I can tell you something I haven't told anything the rest of the crew either.
Yes.
Is what happened on Aspire happened to somewhere similar a long time ago. I don't think it was by the same people, but it was while I was traveling. When I left for a while and came back, and it was my grove was burned down, and most people were dead or fled. And then I spent a
Shit.
long time just kind of wandering.
You think it was the same
That's kind
guys?
of why I was. Oh, I have no idea. This is like 100 years ago. I don't know
Oh,
how old
yeah.
these people were.
Most of those guys probably were not born yet.
Probably.
Most of these folks have like
But
such short lifespans. It's very interesting.
I know it's so sad. I can't imagine.
just been I just spent like thousands of years of just like wandering and running and wandering and running. So like here I am. Anyway,
It's a pretty
So-
long life.
The hour's up.
yeah.
You guys can make your way back. Uh,
Putting
in-
that in the note.
Yeah.
in the
Uh,
meantime, go ahead.
So you're turning into a giant eagle.
Yeah, he's gonna make us invisible. We're gonna fly back.
Yep. All right, cool. So I will cast a big ol' invisibility.
Good stuff.
All right,
Inconspicuous.
we can't see each other, but I'm on your back, as I'm sure you can feel.
I hope so.
You're very large. You are a very large bird. I don't know if you can speak my language right now, but if you can understand what I'm saying, I am here, and let's go see Xander, I think.
And I let out a fawn take off.
Perfect. As you
boy.
as you caw and take off, you guys see that same guard look down the alleyway and
What the
like,
fuck?
the
Yep.
fuck, and then just
Just a
keep walking.
giant gust of wind and like dust and shit.
Yeah.
And he just like rubs
You
his
hate
eyes
Footloose.
and like just keeps going, just like.
I'm gonna be an urban legend.
um, in the meantime, Sheila and Nocton, what were you doing for the last like 2 or 3 hours?
I imagine that I am. There's not really doesn't really say that there's a time on how long it takes to build a new Steel Defender. But I imagine that I would take about that much time. I am going to be integrating a new component that I had purchased while we were in the city previously, to be revealed at a future date.
Nice.
And this Steel Defender is going to be so the first one most of you saw was like a big, bulky, kind of like a workhorse. The second was shaped like Caroline, so kind of slim and wafy. This one's gonna be more of like a spry, dexterous type,
Okay.
able to move around a little bit more fluidly.
So not like clunking around the entire
Not a
time.
giant, like giant, massive, yeah, thing.
Nice. I like it. All right, cool. So yeah, so you're chugging away at that, Sheila.
Oh, Big Girl is going through Xander's library, just trying to learn more about the different prisons and
Are you like
how
specifically looking up the on fort, whatchamacallit?
Thomas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Um, give me a what would be give me a history check.
A solid 5.
It's good. It's a prison.
respectable fire.
You find it out like where it's located and that it's really strong and
Is Sheila just leading like the brochure about it, like for tourists and stuff?
Sheila literally is just looking at this and just like throws it on the ground. She's not even gonna put it back.
I don't understand this.
She's gonna hand something to Knock and be like, "Are you getting anything more out of this?"
And I will immediately sort of like open it up and then just like almost flip through the pages. Like it's not even gonna look like I'm reading them. And then I'll be like, it's right here. And I just like, I hand it back to her on the page that is for Thomas.
I just read that. I meant like, was there more than that?
I misunderstood, and I look at it for about 10 seconds. What do I gather?
I feel like you pick up that maybe it's just this book is not like lacking in details. It's just like Fort Thomas, and it gives like a location and like how long it's been around, and just like it's like an encyclopedia entry.
21 investigation to say this book is useless.
At least we can be sure.
Yes, you're absolutely positive that it's pretty.
Literally gonna close it and drop it on the floor.
Never gonna read again.
That's what I get for using my brain as she kisses her guns.
It was a worthy attempt.
That's so funny. Okay. So as the group reassembles, so I think Steel Defenders, I think it's just a long rest. So I'd say when the group returns, your Steel Defender is up and running, and
Okay, so I've decided what it's gonna look like. So I mean, the easiest way to describe it is like the girl from The Ring. So, but it's basically a creature with like instead of legs, it's got basically like 4 arms, and it walks along the ground
Yeah.
on all fours, sort of like a giant spider, but with 4 arms.
okay. Does it have like a head, or is it just like
Yeah,
a?
yeah. It would have like some. It would have a semblance of a head.
Just has a
Oh my
gun.
It does
god.
not look like none of you recognize it as anything. I would probably have based it off of like give me a second. I gotta look up what it's called. Something from Eberron.
Okay.
Sheila's gonna turn just like mortified, like by what she's seeing right now. Knock, is that thing
That is
finished?
Unholy.
It is. This is 10.
Does-
10. Don't come anywhere near me.
I just
Um,
realized that all of yours are just sequential numbers.
Yeah.
Various ones.
Indeed.
He's a genius. He's not good at naming stuff.
I missed 7.
Or is it 9? I can't remember. Was I on 8 or 9?
I
You
think
were on 9 before. Caroline was 9.
Right, right, okay. I'm trying to find the name of the creature that the head would look like. When I find it, I will let you know.
that sounds good. Uh, so yeah, as the group views together and able to kind of coalesce, I'd say for the sake of simplicity, Finn gets back and probably just passes out. Uh,
Yeah, I
and
think Zilch would like guide him in and he'd be like, yo, just like here, lay on this bed. Here, smoke some of this. That's good. That's good. Yeah, yeah. You might see some shit, but it's fine. It's good. Now just go to sleep.
he's already out. Like, uh,
And then Finn's gonna like, or can Zilch do like a medicine check to like just give him a once over?
yeah,
26.
he's battered and bruised, but no, and very much exhausted, but no worse than no permanent injuries, no like um just just tired, just very tired, probably a little malnourished, like, but
So Zilch is gonna look at him and be like, all right, yeah, he's like pretty beat up. Most of this, not gonna lie, most of this looks self-inflicted.
Well,
We'll just let him chill.
if
I just,
are we here for a couple of days?
this shit is gonna knock him the fuck out for like at least 8 hours. So I think we got a little bit of time. We'll come back for him.
Are we here over a couple long rests? I do greater restoration, like heal wounds and stuff again. If we are, I don't know if we gotta save it though.
um I mean, you might be. At this moment, you've had one, and you're like probably, I don't know, halfway through the first day at this point. Knockdown's finished his thing. You guys found Finn, settled him in. Took you a good couple hours to find him, but you guys woke up early, so I'd say it's like maybe noon. Um, and yeah, and
All
I'd
right.
say at
I'll
this
see how
point,
he's doing tonight.
huh? Go ahead.
I'll see how he's doing tonight if we haven't done anything that requires more spells through the day. He's safe.
Um, and at this point, Phantasma kind of like perks up and is just like, so What are we doing? I,
Uh,
I
well, real quick, um, if you have like an hour, I can give you your hand back.
Wait, is she there? I thought that she had gone off and done.
has she might have. If she has,
Yeah,
that's fine.
she
I might
she
have.
remember because
Okay.
she was like, I have something to take care
Yeah.
of, and Xander showed up, or was she still
She
with us?
just dipped.
I think she was with us as Anders.
Okay, I might be wrong. Yeah, okay.
I tried to like recap as best as I could on the last one before tonight. So okay, I get. So if she did leave, we'll just say for the sake of simplicity, she is
She's
back
back. Yeah,
now.
excellent. Okay.
Um, and yeah, she kind of looks at you, Etrian, and like looks at the stump and kind of is like, I guess I can't say no to that. And just kind of is
Well, you
like,
can. uh, and it's only a prayer wheel and holy water. That didn't want to. Yeah.
oh snap.
So lasts for an hour, and after like 2 minutes, if target severed body members, if any are restored after 2 minutes. If they, yeah, otherwise, it's instantaneous. You still have the hand. She doesn't still have the hand, right?
Huh?
She doesn't still have the hand, right?
No, the hand,
the hand is gone.
the
All right.
hand was
In order to
given
do this
as
long, it only takes 2 minutes. So we just kind of like sit down for a minute, and I hold her stump, I guess, and it regrows.
Yeah, I have holy water if you need it.
There's her fingers, legs,
Sure.
tails, and so on.
I think I have a component pouch.
Interesting,
If not, I'll
interesting.
grab some. Yeah, I'll take some.
That's such a wild spell. I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, bro. I always usually
Me
keep
either.
like I keep several vials of holy water just in case we run into fucking vampires or some shit. Here you go.
That's good. That's smart.
Have
I got
we
the
like
sunlight
ran
stone
into a
now,
lot of
so
vampires?
stick with me.
You never know, man. Like, I mean,
Well,
back in the
clearly the
day, I
holy
used
water's
to.
working.
Back in the day, it was all fiends. Like, I just would see fiends all the time, and it was like, fuck this shit. But you know, you never know. I can make holy water now, so why the fuck not?
I mean, like that sounds like it sucks.
Sure, it super sucks, dude. Super sucks.
All
I
right.
have created 10 here who should
What
be.
the fuck is that? No,
Oh my
absolutely
God.
not. No,
This is
no.
10, and you
Wake
see
up, Zilch.
you
That
see
thing's
10
unholy.
kind of react to this like outburst, and he kind of like cowers back, and then he like creeps
Oh, he's
forward
cute.
and like reaches out.
Knocked on. No. 11. Give me 11. Get rid of this shit. 11 should be the same as 7, okay?
I believe
And
that
turn into a dog and start playing with it.
that were 10 similar to 7, then stealth would not be very effective.
Oh, is this a stealth bot?
We are attempting to prison break. Did I misunderstand our goals?
Geez, I don't even know what we're doing. Are we like
I just feel like if anyone sees that thing, there's going to be a pretty big reaction.
10 should be able to climb as well as walk, whereas 7 most certainly could not perform such feats.
Ooh, that's definitely better.
yeah, that's
Good
definitely
job.
true. Fucking terror of the deep over there. This thing's gonna be the terror of my fucking nightmares.
Uh,
So are we trying to get information on how to get him out or how to help him get out? Bribe any guards? Or
So like,
worse if we're into that?
this is just a juicy fruit thought, but maybe like we got to find information about Heavy Neck. We can also side recruit too. I got thighs for days, so we can definitely work on that.
That's true. How would we recruit people? Just go and beat people up in like bar fights and tell them what crew we're on?
Yeah,
Never
yeah,
recruited
Well-
pirates. Basically, what you guys did with me, so that's my only experience with recruiting with pirates. I got in a bar fight with you guys, or that arena thing, and then I was part of your crew.
Well, we
Yeah.
do have a couple unique things to navigate, like via Mecania, we're kind of wanted.
yeah, you guys definitely have Xander has mentioned this to you. Like, you guys are definitely gonna need to keep low because there's probably a mark on all of your heads at this point.
Okay, Xander, like,
Hmm.
has anybody ever been released from prison? Like, not escaped, but has anybody been released from that prison before?
Yeah, yeah, they have to, right? He's like questioning it. Uh,
Oh, you actually don't know. Okay.
well, I mean, they always are putting new people in, so that only leads two options, right? The building's only so big. And he kind of thinks on it more,
Kind of.
and then like gets a concerned look on his face, and then is like, no, 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 they've definitely let people out. Um,
Do you know anybody that's been there and released?
I usually avoid those types of people if I can help it, especially
Okay.
that prison. Those aren't.
Do
That's
you know?
yeah.
Do you know who runs this prison or names?
Um, he's like thinks on it. I think it's a doctor something.
Well,
Um,
my thought was that if we can find somebody who has been released from prison, they can tell us everything about the inside of the prison.
And what goes on?
And we might also be able to recruit in the process because they probably hang out somewhere shady because that's what shady people do.
I must get my
You find
extra big hoops on then to recruit.
You do that.
Where do you go to find a conspiracy theorist in Vietnam? The crazy stuff that goes on in that prison.
uh, I the docs, I guess. Xander's kind of like scratching his head. He's like, conspiracy theorist. I mean, besides me, uh,
Did not you claim that you basically used to run this city?
yeah, but I mean, conspiracy theorists are usually, I guess, and he's like, I'd say probably start at the docks. I'm sure that's where most of the, I guess if you want to call it
Sounds
riffraff exists. Um, I
Well,
find once you get out of the bowl, it's usually a little bit more of the upper crust.
here's another option.
Hmm.
What about somebody higher up on the food chain than you, Xander? No offense. Like, you used somebody's signature to get into the city. Uh, can't we find that person, this Lintu person, the high mage wizard?
I mean, you could try. I see the thing
Is
with
there
that
someone a
prison
little bit
is
more in
it's
between?
Like, do they owe you any favors that like we could cash in on and like we could owe you a favor instead?
not currently. We somewhat parted ways. They really took light in the whole like being in charge thing, whereas I didn't really appreciate that mantle. And you can as he kind of like looks around at his like inner workings of his hideout, uh, and then it was just like, I mean, I'm not saying they'd be opposed to me, but I don't know if they'd be willing to reach out with favors. Um,
Well, what if we like explain like why we're here and what we're doing and that and like that we're trying to stop Thaddeus and that's beneficial for Via Macania because if we don't stop Thaddeus, then Thaddeus will take over all of the seas and starve you guys out and Via Macania will probably cease to exist. Um, so like what if we go from that angle and then be like, all you have to do is get us Heavy Neck.
it's not a bad thought. I mean, I know Lintu would probably at
I,
least listen. The problem I think is based on my experience and my findings on this Thaddeus fellow is he seems to have a lot of eyes and ears, I guess you could say. So
I would also like to mention that I do not think that any one of us here is particularly convincing.
I mean, that's true.
I think you guys
Well,
should definitely do it now.
maybe Eldath can help.
Like I could probably I can see if I can get you a meeting with Lintu to at least put a bug in their ear. But like I said, I would be cautious of necessarily
Putting
going
bugs
up
in
at.
people's ears convince them of things.
Yeah, you should try it.
I
You
apologize.
can do
It's
whatever you
it's a
want for the shot.
figure of speech.
I
Sorry.
see. I had not encountered this before. Thank you.
Uh, um,
Zilch is now looking around the room for a bug.
uh,
Oh
What
no.
if we find like a mid-level guard, lean on him a bit, so we at least get communication into there or something, so we get messages into heavy, and then work from there. He can tell us stuff, and maybe he might be able to ask the prisoners some stuff, get more information.
it would be worth a shot. I mean, they do live in the city. The guards for the prison are separate from the guard force of the city, though. It has its own, I guess, more elite, you could say, set of
Mhm.
guards. That might be it might be one way to figure it out. I mean, I assume you could just maybe. I mean, thinking if I was a guard at a prison, probably would have some sort of local bar or tavern nearby that I would stop at after work.
Hmm.
Um, you could head that way and see if you could work on them. I can see if I can get word to Lintu. I do. While I wouldn't be worried about necessarily Lintu flipping on you, I would say just be
The guard might.
careful of who you talk to, because you never know who Thaddeus might have in his pockets or be in
Well, I
his.
know where Thaddeus would not have somebody in their pockets or in his pocket. Is there a temple to Eldath here? Anywhere in the city?
That's a great question. Let me see, let me go back to the like city notes. Um,
You want to stake it out and see if there's any guys that are also followers of Eldath?
I mean, we could do that, or I could just, talk to the
Right.
church and
Mm.
maybe get some help from them because churches historically have a way of helping people that are in dire times,
That'd be good.
sanctuaries and whatnot.
mm, mm,
Hmm.
This ice pack is so satisfying.
okay.
Yeah.
Do,
What do you think we should do? You got any ideas? This crew is captainless.
I know you guys are lost without Heavy Neck.
I am happy to attempt to instruct 10 to attempt to infiltrate the prison.
Okay,
Can
yeah,
that be
do it.
traced back to you in case it gets caught?
Wait, no, if you do, is there any way that they could take it over and stick it back on us?
No.
Trace
Also,
it back to you.
I believe that Finn could turn it invisible, but I do not know if
I
that
feel
would
like
be
you would have
useful.
Yeah, I would say he's got another
probably have some kind of safeguard.
several hours.
Do we have any way of knowing if Heavy Neck is still alive?
Yeah, he is, because I cast sending the other
That
day.
that
And
was 2 days ago.
yeah, that's true.
Did he
You
respond
got
to it?
something now.
He did.
He did.
He did, yeah.
Okay.
He just said like, "Oh, it's bad, man." He didn't like give any details. And then I think Magmore scried on him, and he was in like a cell.
That sounds right.
So like, I mean, they're not just gonna put him in a. They're not gonna bother putting him in a cell if they were just gonna kill him. So he's probably still in the cell. That's my guess anyway. That would
I
be
think
like a
that's
waste of.
fair.
That'd be a waste of resources.
Yeah, I can't imagine they would kill people in there. At least not often, because that wouldn't go over well.
Where do you think all the people are going? I've
I
never
mean,
seen anybody come out, man.
they must come out. They must come out. Obviously, they must come out, right? Yes. Hmm. All right.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
He's fine. You don't have to worry about Heavy Neck. No. I'm trying to find my notes on Vio Macania to see if there is a whatchamacallit, a temple. Oh, okay. Here, I am here. Okay. Sturdy Mast, Flame of the Everlight. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't necessarily mean there's not any.
Balls. All right.
I'm gonna laugh when AJ's like, "Oh no, there is," but I don't see it. So it seems like the Flame of the Everlight is the premier church in this city, um, and everyone else just kind of goes about their business.
All right. If I know one thing about, like a primary church in an area, that shit is corrupt as hell. So,
What happened? The churches always help people.
Wasn't Heavy Neck the keeper of most of our funds?
no, that's on the ship. He doesn't just have it on him.
I see.
It's
Yeah,
probably in the it's probably in the captain's quarters on a safe.
Yep. Yeah, he wouldn't just carry
Hey,
around
you sound pretty
buckets
sure.
of gold. I would just be, because I feel like it would just be awkward unless he had a bag of holding. Like he couldn't physically just carry like.
I mean, I'm sure he had some of it, little shit, but
How would we acquire some of this money? I believe that people use this for bribes.
Dude.
I mean,
Go grab it.
like I'm assuming Zilch would probably have like the ability to open the safe.
It is on the boat, which is now probably in the middle
Outside
of
the
the
city,
ocean
yeah.
at this point.
I can get us out there. I can get us to the boat and back.
Yeah, I do not think. I don't
How-
think everyone needs to go.
How about this? How about if we need the funds, we can go do it.
Nope.
I don't.
For information. You
From
think?
what little I understand of behavior of creatures, it is not as effective to say, "I will pay you if you tell me information," and not hand them money.
Yeah, well, we got some pretty intimidating folks here. We
Understood.
could just...
I see where we're going. I've got some money.
And I could always just try to, persuade them nicely first. Give them the opportunity to do a good deed for some other fellow Samaritans. So, okay,
He's gonna go to that church and ask them what they know about the prison and what goes on there.
so I don't trust the church. If it's not a church of Eldath, I don't trust it. So the only other place I would think of is to go the complete opposite direction, find the seediest possible place in the city where Thaddeus would be afraid to go, or where Thaddeus's men would be afraid to go. Somewhere
I'm down.
super local.
That
Xander,
probably
what's
sounds
the
the best.
like-
I think
like,
gotta know something about
we're talking
the
like-
about the prison.
like Dorchester?
yeah.
Okay, no, I'm not saying that like because Dorchester's full of crime. I'm saying that because like locals, like real locals.
Yeah, like real locals. Yeah. So Xander, what's the
Or
seediest?
I guess the North End Italians.
Yeah, that's more what I'm thinking. Like, Xander, what's the seediest, localist dive in this city?
So,
I'm talking like organized crime.
well, it's interesting you say because there's organized crime for sure, but to be fair, they're probably in cahoots with Thaddeus. However, if you're thinking locals, I bet you uh,
Guild.
the Merchants Guild. Thank you. That's what I wanted. The Merchants Guild probably might be a place to start. That
They might
yeah.
hate Thaddeus too. I'm sure Thaddeus is pirates, so
A,
Thaddeus probably
a
takes his
starting
shit all the
point is
time.
better than no starting point.
I'd say try there. Can't hurt, right? I mean,
I believe
sounds
it
like
can hurt, but
sounds like you
Yeah.
guys have a few good options.
You-
Merchants Guild makes
Haven't
sense
noticed one.
because they're gonna want Thaddeus gone. That makes sense,
Yeah, they might be able to help us.
and they might join the cause.
If Phantasma
Put
is
up some
just
money
kind
for
of
some
like,
mercenaries.
it's just
Yeah,
like,
how
I
is
feel
she
like
reacting to all of this?
I mean, there's a mix of like she gets intrigued and then like head scratches and then intrigued again and then she
Wait,
seems
did you just scratch your hand with, or did you scratch your head with that with your missing hand?
she like moves the fingers on. Well, I think has it been an hour at this point? I'd say it's probably been an hour at this point.
Well, it only took 2 minutes, right?
I
Reading the
don't
spell
know
is
because it
interesting.
says it lasts for an hour, but then it's restored after 2 minutes. So is it like an hour and then 2 minutes, or is it just 2 minutes? I don't want to keep doing.
Or does it only come back for 1 hour?
No, not that one. I hope not. That'd be such a cruel joke.
It's a terrible spell.
An hour later, just kidding.
So it's this like weird spell where I think they tried to design it for two things because it has the ability to like heal you a lot and then has like a constant healing buff, which I think is for like the combat aspect, but it also has a target severed body members, fingers, legs, tails, and so on, if any, are restored after 2 minutes. And if you have the severed part and hold it to the stump, the spell instantaneously causes the limb
Okay,
to
so
knit to
I
the
think it just
stump.
takes 2 minutes for it to heal, and then if I kept casting it for the full hour, it would just do more hit points. So I think it's just after 2 minutes it regrows.
I think it just you cast it and it just happens. So it's probably a mix of like it's probably like been growing this entire time and it's now like
Like the baby hands,
oh
Deadpool
god.
baby hands.
Yeah, she got a baby hand. Yeah,
Uh,
flipping you off with like little.
but depending on how long it's been, there is a hand there and it's slowly forming and you can see she's been like curiously looking at it as it's like getting bigger. And she did probably
That's
scratch her
the
head with it.
baby.
Maybe like she went to scratch with like the stump and like
The little baby hand.
yeah. Um, but I mean, she just kind of chimes in and she's like, I mean, really, I hate to, I hate to say it. I mean, Heavy Neck's been helpful, and I can't discount that. And I definitely don't want to see him stuck somewhere. But if I have to say, Thaddeus is my main concern, and men and ships are what we need, or women, or people, or crews.
Do you agree that the prison may be a good place to find said crews?
I'm not very picky.
Ooh,
So
prison break.
Well,
I thought that was the plan this entire time. I clearly have not been paying
Well, we're
attention.
just catching up with you, not done.
alright, well, the ship. Okay, so the merchants shipping and merchants guild, I think we should start because that's where we can recruit people and resources because those people probably fucking hate Thaddeus. There's probably a couple pro Thaddeus people there who are on his payroll, but for the most part, those people are getting screwed by him out on the ocean. Most of them are going to want him gone.
And they're
They
super
benefit
local,
if he's
so
like
they'll know
fancy
prisons.
blacksmith.
They'll know prisons too. So we got two birds with one stone.
There you
Super
go.
local for the win.
They might know some of the guards can bribe them a little bit or something. No,
Well,
Yeah, they might
think this
have
is a-
some
I think
ins.
this is a
They might have family
solid-
members in there.
Yeah, this is a pretty solid beginning of a plan.
yes.
All right, so to the where are they? The docks.
the docks. So
So
Xander
to the
points.
docks.
Xander points you in a direction. He's just like, yeah, head to the docks. And he gives you the name of a bar, which I'm gonna see if I can find, or I'll just make up. Okay.
Still just looks at Finn and is just like, stay.
I don't think he can hear you.
Yeah, maybe he rolls over, but I'm so sad. I had like the whole thing of, oh, I wonder if it's in my.
So Zilch, have we given thought for how we're gonna move around the city right now? If people are looking for us?
Maybe
mean,
we
a
could
t-
get
a
some cloaks, I guess.
Oh yes, a 9 foot tall cloak and a red man in a cloak is still not just
Yeah, it's gonna be super conspicuous either way. So I don't know.
Just ride on my shoulders then.
Yeah, we'll just be a 14-foot tall person in a cloak with red wings.
Tiny little red wings for 14 tall.
We'll be such a spectacle that nobody would expect that we are trying to hide.
Hide in plain sight, right? So yeah, so Xander goes, look for the rough seas on the docks. It's probably the biggest merchant bar that exists. And yeah, I would do my best to stay out of eyesight, and kind of then looks at the group and just kind of is like, good luck.
So maybe we'll move at night when it's darker anyways with those cloaks.
That's a good idea. Sheila. Yes. Let's wait till nighttime.
Just be a different creature.
All right.
Question. Item infusions. I know that I can uninfuse things that I have and reinfuse other things. I can't remember if I have to pick what that one infusion I have is, and it's only ever that one infusion, or if I can just use item infusions at any point.
I'm pretty sure you can create and destroy them on, like, I think it just takes a time frame of doing
Okay,
it.
so
So like you had one, but you don't
rapidly
use it.
turn a non-magical object into a magic item.
I know if you go over your limit, then the first one you did stops
Essentially
being
just,
a
yeah.
infusion.
Right. So, I could, in theory, uninfuse. There's three of us. Four wait, who here is able to have like some success with stealth? Well, Etrian could turn into like a rat or something, right?
Zilch has +5, but no proficiency.
Okay.
I have +8 plus proficiency.
For stealth?
Yeah. I've worked on it, man.
Okay. So
Sneaky,
it sounds
sneaky,
like I'm gonna just uninfuse my like jug of many liquids, and I'm gonna just start pulling whose boots off.
Were we comparing stealth rolls? I'm a plus
Yeah,
zero.
no, I'm basically gonna make somebody's boots of Elvenkind to give them a little bit of a boost, probably my own and somebody else.
Nice.
But
do you have boots that fit on hooves?
I turn around, I grab a chunk of metal, and I say, "Have you ever been shorn
Like-
before?" Or shod. Shod is the word, not shorn. Shod. Have you ever been shod before?
I don't know what that means. Are you about to put horseshoes on
It
me?
means that I would nail these into your hooves.
No, thank you. I am all set.
Those don't look very stealthy.
I could also make you a cloak, but that requires some attunement, I believe.
Oh man.
That's
How long does that take?
I mean, if we're waiting till nighttime, it's gonna take a little, like we have time. Replicate magic item is, I have 6 of them. Sorry, I have no, I have 2 replicate magic items. So I can make 2 things. And it doesn't say how long it takes. It just says rapidly.
I know. I'm like, thanks. Thank you, game.
I'm assuming that
Thanks
it's
for
like
making it clear.
kind of like finger wavy, like but
Yeah, we'll say it's fine. If you guys are spending the rest of the afternoon working on it, you're gonna go at night. I'm not gonna.
okay,
I'll look at it later if it matters, but for now.
I'll probably make myself. This is only just to give like advantage on stealth checks. It's nothing like crazy. So
No,
I'm
I
not
hear
doing
ya.
like some crazy magic item that like makes us invisible or anything.
I was just serious. Yeah, if I could find it, but yeah, no, I hear ya.
Yep. So I'll make my own boots to give me advantage on stealth checks. And that's only for moving silently. And who wants the cloak that allows you to checks made to see you have disadvantage, and the cloak's color will shift to camouflage you.
That sounds fun. Can I have dibs on that?
Sure.
I'm probably the most well. I mean,
I,
it's either
I
me or
just like
Sheila.
so I see Finn just like dead asleep on the bed, and I walk up and I just like pull a sheet out from under him, and I say, "This will work." And then I just walk over to what one of Xander's benches, um, and just like start like tossing components around and fidgeting.
Is it like
Insert-
pulling the
insert
tablecloth
mon-
like
Yeah,
from
exactly like that.
Yeah.
Insert artificer montage.
Exactly.
All right, perfect. So
Instead of tools and hammers, that you're just with like an old sewing machine and like the needle.
Yeah, you see an Adam Savage one day build, but with a 6'8" dude who's blue.
You guys realize that Knockdown's not going to want to leave this place when it's time to leave this place, right?
I heard that.
Yeah.
I do not refute that at all.
so as we ensue prep montage, it's almost 8 o'clock. So since it seems like we're gonna be jumping into the next kind of thing after this, we're gonna take a break real quick,
That'd be great.
and let you guys do your thing, and we will be back. So stick around, and And we're back. Thanks for hanging out and sticking around, if you stuck around. So our group has found themselves, our crew has found themselves having made a plan and are about to enact that plan by heading to the Rough Seas, the merchant traders' main main dive bar, main popular bar. It's probably more of a popular bar. I imagine it's somewhat high class considering they're merchants. Uh, and I'll let you guys take it from there. So, as you're kind of getting to as night has fallen and you guys have gotten to the um, exit of the hideout, and you're starting to make your way onto the streets, how are you progressing? And uh, yeah, we'll lead with that. How are you making your way there?
Is Xander coming with us?
Xander's not. He's like, I'm gonna hold down the fort. I'll keep an eye on your friend here, and
When Xander doesn't, I'm going to turn to him and say, might you have a spare mask I could borrow, as we are of similar height and I believe my face may be a bit conspicuous.
he like roots through his stuff, and he's like, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna do anything, but this is my old model. And hand you
That
this
is perfect. And I take it, and it is quite obvious that there were ulterior motives for me asking for this.
Of course there was.
And I put it on, and obviously I'm assuming it'll take a few minutes to like attune to it, so like retracts the thing that he does, but I say much appreciated, and I am ready to go.
All right. Yeah. So if you guys are just making your way there, can I get stealth checks from everyone? I know some things were doled out.
This is my am doing passing on a tree.
Okay.
Oh, I would not have my heavy
Yeah, so-
armor on.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll just give you. I'll take the 15. That'll make it easy. All right. So.
So plus 10 to self growth. And after I pass on train turning into an owl and sitting on someone's shoulders.
Okay. Okay.
They're stealthy as fuck, man.
No, I like it.
A regular owl, not a large owl.
I
It'd be
okay,
hilarious just on Sheila's shoulders.
I was gonna say, whose shoulders are you on? Because I feel like that's gonna make it different now. And all right. And then Etrian, you wanna get if you can give me a roll as an owl.
Oh yeah.
Not that I'm based on this. Jeez, okay, so you guys do not have an issue.
36.
A 36, a 31, a 25, and a 27. Yeah, the guards. No one notices you. You guys barely notice each other. So you make your way into the rough seas. I would say you probably like the door opens and maybe the bouncer doesn't even notice you guys as you walk. uh,
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep my hood up.
you kind of maybe
With
go
the
in with a
nat
crowd of
20,
people.
can I stealthily turn back into myself in like a dark corner with that?
Yeah, I'd give it to you. You're like back. So you guys find yourselves in the bar. It's night. So obviously it's hustling and bustling. I am trying. Let's see. What's the best way to describe this bar? It's not a dive bar. It's it's like a premier local bar. It's clean, but it's not like fancy. Um,
So like backroom bar and grill kind of.
yeah, that would be like the best way I can think about it. Is like it's like and it seems like everyone here knows everyone. Like not necessarily like are they all talking to each other? Like there seems to be a lot of like cliques, I guess you could say, like groups of people talking at tables. There's a few people playing cards, like and there's like a low murmur in general. If there I'd say there's probably not any music playing. or if there is, it's like maybe like a lone musician somewhere just essentially playing background music. But for the most part, it's just a lot of talking, and it's like if you ever walked into a room and there's just like a hum of noise because there's like a million conversations going on at once, that's the best way I can describe it. And as you walk into the bar, it's just like there's a bunch of tables scattered all over around. There's booths kind of circling the outside, and then a big, huge horseshoe bar on one at the far end. Uh, and yeah, I mean, you might get a few looks, but I think no one necessarily like looks at you and is like outsider, but I don't think anyone like greets you warmly. So the bar is yours.
I would like to make a perception check to see if I can gather who is the sort of like king of the hill.
Okay. Give me yeah. Actually, give me an insight check.
Before he does that, can I uh grab my Eldath pendant and just be like, all right, let's do this, and then cast emboldening bond on
Okay.
everyone, so everyone has a plus D4.
Okay.
As a note, I would not be doing it trying to gather it based on insight. I would be doing it based on visible behaviors.
Okay. All right. I'll give it to you. That's fair. You're just trying to see the guy who's making the
And
most
I can do
noise.
investigation if you prefer that.
No, that's fine. That makes sense. If you're looking for like essentially what the most bolsterous individual or
Yeah, the person who like people are like quite obviously interacting with in a more like reverent manner.
okay. All right.
Investigation. That is the single worst investigation roll I've ever
Plus
made.
plus D4.
But still,
uh
16. What the hell?
Is it too late to give guidance?
It's fine.
yes, it is too late to give guidance.
Yeah, I
fine.
know.
I mean, 16 isn't terrible.
It is for me.
I mean, that's fine. I know you guys are all
It's
high
the
levels
principle
now.
of the matter.
Uh,
I have a +9 to investigation.
I would say with that rule, you're able to pick out two individuals, and it's hard for you to decipher between the two of them which one's maybe the top dog, but they seem to kind of have like almost like opposite ends of the bar going. There's one on one end who's like a little bit like stockier, is sitting at a table, kind of like with his back against the wall, and like there's a bunch of people kind of standing, like he's sitting and everyone else is kind of standing around him, like chatting between themselves and him, and he seems involved in the conversation, but seems much more interested in like a book he's writing in, which is an interesting thing because it seems like everyone's still trying to keep him involved in the conversation, even though he's like totally focused somewhere else. And then on the opposite end of the bar, there's an individual who's like very much like it's probably the biggest like the it's probably like the biggest table in the bar, and he's at that like head of it, and it's just everyone like there's a lot less conversation at that one, and everyone is like fully focused on him, and he's just if you kind of overhear, he's talking about some sort of past debacle or excitement, and everyone's like just so tuned into him.
Recounting some story. Okay.
Yes, so
So I'll point those two individuals out and say, it seems based on my observations that that man, or both men,
yes,
both
yeah.
that individual and that individual are most likely successes in terms of hierarchy. However, interrupting the storytelling man may be unwise.
Can I do an insight check to see? I want to see if anyone looks like they've recently fallen, like kind of far, like their clothes are nice but older. They look like they're on the outside, kind of like maybe they had a lot of money and recently something happened to them.
Yeah, give me an insight check. Let's see. Fuck. Okay.
I love that you did that because I never would have even thought of doing that. Me or Nocton.
Hey, you're intelligence and I'm wisdom, so it works.
uh, so you do see it's I guess it's not a maybe you focus on a single individual because you catch them as they're walking back from a bar, but they just seem whereas there's a general like positive attitude, they seem a little tipsy, a little bit more tipsy than everyone else. They seem kind of just like worse for wear, and they kind of like saunter back to a table and kind of plop down. And as you focus on that table, you notice there's like a few more individuals who are also kind of in that like just like more focused on the drinks in front of them than the rest of the table. And there's probably like four of them, just kind of like mostly
Had
just
some bad business deals they're feeling bad about,
yeah, they're just
presumably. I'll pass that. So we have both ends of the spectrum here. We can split up and talk to someone over there, or that try to get more information from that table over there. There might be more
I have been told that it is
amenable.
unwise for me to talk to anyone.
Nocton, I'm so
Now's a good
proud of
time to
you for
practice.
being self-aware.
I am working on it.
This is growth.
And you should talk to whoever you want.
You wouldn't let me bring 10. I am still displeased about this.
I mean, I
We
figured you
love
were
10.
I figured
but
you were gonna bring him
society might not
anyway.
love 10.
So I give you a lot of credit for listening to me for once. I mean, 10 will just come to your beck and call if you need him. But anyway,
I didn't say he wasn't nearby.
Just imagine it
This is like-
looking
this is
over
like
right
this
to the
so
roof of a
ominous.
house, like,
3
Just
foot tall,
looking
like
to the window.
spider creature just in the alley outside.
just waiting.
you guys
Oh,
don't hear
fuck.
it in the
God,
bar because of the
terrifying.
noise, but there's a scream outside.
All right. Who?
Some
Okay,
Silent
so-
Hill boss. Jesus.
So I think taking the intimidation approach immediately is probably a bad idea.
No one here looks like they'd be very intimidated right now.
No,
There are
and
too many people.
there's a lot of dudes.
I bet if we can probably make friends easier at the table with those four
I'm gonna
kind of
I'm gonna
sad-looking
walk up to
people.
the bar.
gonna
I'm
what?
gonna walk up to the bar and order a drink.
Okay. Yeah, the bartender walks up and is like, "Yep, ale or something harder."
Ale sounds sufficient. I have not tried ale.
Okay. He like
Oh no.
puts one in front of you. Looks at the rest of the party. For the rest of you,
I have no idea.
Something harder.
he
Yeah,
just,
I'll take an ale, please.
he like
Um,
doles them all out.
as I walked over, I walked over on the side that's closer to the guy who was writing in a book.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to know if I could see what he's writing, not specifically like the words, but like if I can gather anything as to what he's writing.
Yeah, give me a perception check. See how inconspicuous you can be. Okay.
27. It's a bit better.
Um, as you do get a good like you definitely can't tell what like specifically is being written down, but it's a chart of some sort with like names, and it's either like a ship's log or inventory, or it's definitely some sort of like number crunching of supplies being moved, and it's got like you see like names of things. Maybe you catch like I don't know, like wheat and then like a number like
Business.
yes, business. That's yeah.
Business numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say the I asked the bartender, I say, remind me of that man's name. I don't recall. I am bad with names.
He gives you kind of a curious look as if like, how do you not remember so and so? Uh, and then I am going
And I
to
sort of look to the others around me to like back me up here.
Yeah, he's terrible with names.
uh and this is as Joe reopens his random name generator that he closed. There it is. mhm, mhm, mhm. Oh my god. Some days they've changed it from when I used to use it. Mhm. Do 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 do. Mhm. Because I know if I don't pick a good one, I will be made fun of for the rest of the night.
No matter what you
We
pick,
would
there's no
never.
chance of that. I mean,
I mean, you're not wrong. That's very true. God, I fucking.
Mr. Jingles.
That's what happens when I leave it to my brain, and that's why I'm not allowed to do that anymore.
just wanted to get out in front of it. Yeah.
It's true. Uh, it, it's Mile Hall. Uh,
It's Ishmael Hall.
no,
It's
just Mile Hall. Like,
Mile Hall. Okay. I go, thank you. And I turn to Etrian, who's sitting next to me. I say, we should talk to Mile.
Is he the guy talking, telling an anecdote, or at the busy table?
He's the guy writing in the book. I say, I this is sort of like under my breath, not loud enough for the bartender to hear. At least that's the attempt. And I say, it seems that he is the more financially minded of the two based on observation. And so we may be able to sway him with arguments of financial relief or gain based on the elimination of our quarry.
That's true. I was thinking those guys at the table, they might be more friendly because they're not in a great place. They're clearly not doing well. It might be easier to bribe or get money out or get information out of, or we might have connections and know people. Especially if they fail a lot, then they always make more friends and learn who new people are. So they might know everyone from the bottom up.
I would offer to serve as a and you see me like genuinely struggling for words, and I usually don't, and I say actor.
Wingman? Oh.
However, I do not believe that I am the best choice.
Well, we can tell them mostly the truth and just say that we have a ship and we're looking for another way to make money. They look like maybe they suffered from some of the pirates in the area. We're a little bit more expensive, but we can guarantee it's going to get where it's going.
If you all are willing to allow me, I will attempt, but I will require some assistance.
You got the assistance you need.
Excellent.
I mean, you got bowling bomb.
What is Sheila doing right now?
it's a great question.
Sheila is downing ales.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Great. I'm going
Zilch
to
is gonna babysit Mama.
And she is starting to eye up guys and to look for recruits.
Okay.
Zilch wants to look around the bar and like while Nocton and I believe Nocton and Etrian are going to talk to this dude. Zilch wants to just keep an eye on the bar to make sure that nothing's coming up like
Great.
Okay.
to blindside them.
I like it. So I'm gonna
Zilch, give me.
ahead.
Oh,
No, it's fine.
as we're going up there, enhance ability on Knockdown for
Perfect.
Eagle Splendor. There's advantage on charisma check. It's like, man, you've been learning a lot, and I think you got this.
All
You can do this.
Zilch, give me a perception check. Okay, good. Sheila, give
That's
me
30.
give me a performance check.
Wait, I have enhance ability too.
Okay. Do the same for me. Let's do this.
Okay, perfect.
I think I do.
All right,
Well,
cool.
you have the plus a D4 from Emboldening Bond, and I'm gonna cast guidance on you when you go over there.
Excellent. So I will I'm gonna
I'm gonna use it at third level and give it to both of them.
Amazing.
Sorry.
Amazing. I'm gonna sort of like watch out of the corner of my eye till there's like a lull in conversation.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna see an empty chair, and I'm gonna walk over and just it might seem bold to them, but I'm just being me. I'm just gonna walk over and pull out the chair and sit down.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow suit.
Perfect. So as the two of you kind of like squeak up next to this individual, you definitely get a lot of looks from all. It's interesting. You get a lot of looks from all of the other people that are at the table, but not like the individual you're like targeting is still head in the books, just like writing. He might have even like looked up and like, and you realize he does this thing where he just looks up and then like goes back to his thing, but isn't actually like registering anything when
Right,
he
right,
looks
yeah.
Just
It's like
not
the
thinking,
token,
yeah.
like, yeah, sure, I'm listening.
um,
He's looking at middle distance. He doesn't have time for people right here.
yeah, exactly. So you get a lot of stares from the other individuals, but none of them say anything.
So as I sit down, I'm assuming I'm close enough to see what he's writing. Do
Yes.
I notice if there are like specifically notes about missing cargo or like deficits or anything like that?
It you don't it doesn't look like it's hard to tell because it doesn't it's a lot of like it's almost like shorthand and the columns don't have like titles on them. It seems well practiced, but you see like I would say you probably see different numbers in different columns. So it's um actually how about this? Give me an intelligence check. Or yeah.
Straight up intelligence.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think it would be any yeah, so
I'm fine
just
with that. Yeah, yeah, I'm fine.
no,
Um, wait, how do I roll? Oh yeah, did that work?
that
That was wisdom.
No, that was with him. 25.
That's better.
So a natural 20.
uh
Oh, no.
yeah, so you look at it and you're like,
Oh no, it wasn't a natural 20, but it was a 25.
that's still pretty good. So you look at it and you're like, and then he like flips to the next page and it's got all of the things titled. uh, and it's just like you start putting, you can like put it two together and you realize that it's like it's inventory. You realize each page or each like group of pages is like inventory expected for the ship. Uh, how much is like planned to be put on the ship? How much and then you notice that it's like if it says delivered or not, and you notice one of the columns is like delivered or not, and you notice like he flips to one page and like gets this sour look because it's like there's just a bunch of zeros in the delivered column, um, and then he just like huffs and then like flips past it onto like the next page. But you do note it like it seems like there was a ship that just nothing was delivered on.
So I'm going to say, um, I don't I register this all very quickly, and I
Yeah.
say, it seems that it's not only us who is having some issues with ships.
He looks up for the first time and like actually like registers that you're here, and he's like, "Do I know you?"
It is very unlikely, and I like withdraw the helmet.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a no. You're having he's like blindsided by this, and he's like, um, yeah, yeah, I guess. Can I help you? What's your name?
My name is Nocton, but we likely have not met, and you probably will not meet me again for some time.
He just looks at the group around him and kind of like shrugs, and then like looks back to you, and he's like, okay, and sits
We
back a
have
little bit.
recently had some issues with a number of ships that we previously owned and no longer own, as they are at the bottom of the ocean. And it seems that you may have similar problems.
I may. Um, I'm currently trying to deal with those. Uh,
It
but
seems
I'm
that
listening.
we may have a, shall we say, common problem. And we are currently in the process of looking for other people who are also interested in solving said problem.
Go on.
I am attempting to be vague here.
Okay, I could pick up on that.
I just say that out loud.
Maybe we should talk someone more quiet at some point.
This is, I'd say anyone here isn't gonna do anything to me. And he kind of looks at the group, and the group. It's funny you say quiet, and he says that, and he looks at the
Like,
group,
what?
and all of the people around the table just leave. Like, uh, and then he kind of likes his back, and
What did
he's
he
like,
say his name was?
and he kind of looks back at the group, and he's like, so I'm Mile, and I would say we've had an issue with a shipment recently, and it seems like it may be becoming more of a consistent problem. Um, though I don't really know what sort of options exist currently.
I was wondering if I could borrow your notebook for a moment. I would like to write something down.
He like intrigued flips to like the back page of it and like slides the notebook over and like he leaves his hand on it so that you
That's
can't
fine. Yeah.
and then like hands you the pen.
I reach over and I sort of like carefully write so that like if somebody's looking from the corner of their eye, they couldn't see what I'm writing.
Mhm.
And I write down Thaddeus Decatur.
He like slides it back and then like rips out that page and like lights it on fire. And then like closes the book.
We're done here.
And he's just like, I can see we're in the same boat, you might say. Uh, so, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm stumped. I don't know what to do with him. He's been a thorn in my side currently, and just seems to be getting bigger, if you know
Let's
what I
just
mean.
say that we are currently attempting to gather a number of solutions to the problem, or people who may feel that they could contribute to a solution to possibly help with some shipments and perhaps drive some shipments to assist in this problem.
He contemplates. All right, time for that roll. Give me that persuasion check.
Oh, goody.
Advantage is plus
2d4.
D4. Plus 2D4.
Ah, that's actually not too bad. And 2d4 is a 20. Dirty 20.
Dang.
Well, you had advantage, right?
22.
Oh, yeah, 22.
All right.
24.
Yeah, can't do math.
So he's like, I'm gonna need more details, unfortunately, but you can count me as a, let's go with investor for now. I would like to see what you're putting at the table because as much as I am for whatever you are thinking, without specific details and a relatively guaranteed success, I can't say I am willing to risk anything.
What is the name of the woman that we're traveling with? I keep forgetting.
Phantasma.
Phantasma.
Yeah. And I say, I would like to write one more thing down for you.
He like slides the book back.
And I write down Phantasma. And I slide it back and I say, many shipments are already in hand. We just need someone who is able to help us move them.
Like I said, so how he has most of the sea at his disposal. You'd need an army, a whole navy, even. I mean, how many boats
Well,
do you
if you
have?
could get some other like-minded investors, then we
Do we
can
know how many boats
get
we
some
have?
good security.
One, I think.
No, I know how many
Two.
boats we have. How many boats does Phantasma have? Because I thought she had a couple. Or she
Um,
has 0?
she is attempting.
Oh, right. We're looking for ships. That's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
because we lost all of ours. Sorry.
yes. I don't
Okay.
think she has any currently, or if she
Okay.
does, it's like one or two.
I'm going to say, um, would your investment be in the form of transport or manpower or money?
I mean, depending on what this is going to involve, I could say I'd be willing to help with whatever is needed, but I don't have fighters. And he like kind of like gestures around to the group. He's like, "We're sailors, yeah, but we're not
And
fighters."
We're
I'm
all going to be taking on different parts in this. So if you can get some other investors and help us with certain aspects in that area, we can worry about fighters, and maybe if you can get enough investors, mercenaries, or
in
any other kind
terms
of
of
guard.
in terms of immediate investment, information may suffice. We currently have a let's say a shipment, and I just sort of give up on attempting to be vague. We have a compatriot who was arrested and is currently in Thompson Fortress, and
What did he
are
do? Jesus.
we
They don't
well,
put just lowly like pickpockets in there.
so it seems as though we have made the man we mentioned a few minutes ago particularly displeased. And so we are hoping that perhaps we could obtain some information and find out a way to acquire our compatriot back, in addition to a number of other individuals who may also be, um, shall we say, waylaid in the exact same building.
As much as I'd love to help with that, I've always understood that place to be pretty impenetrable. Uh,
You have no information whatsoever. Do you have contacts who might?
Never heard rumors of a crazy guy that tells stories about it or anything.
well, I mean, I typically don't deal with crazy people if I can help it.
That seems
Well, I mean, nobody
wise.
wants to deal with crazy people, but sometimes they're on corners. Sometimes they get in nice places.
I have known most merchants to have a better hand on the pulse of a city than most people.
Well, I do know this, and he's like, he slides across here. He just mentioned he's like, there's a bar on the other side of town called the the padded cell. It's supposed to be a joke. It's kind
That's
of
amazing.
that sits basically like right around the corner from the prison, and I know that's typically where most of the guards go, or I forget. There's another word for guards in a prison. Anyway,
Wardens.
thank you,
Wardens.
wardens.
Yeah, wardens.
COs.
That's where most of the
Yeah.
wardens go when they leave for the shift or are coming and going. So
That is more information than we had 10 minutes ago. If there is if if we have a more concrete plan to resolve these shipments, then where can we contact you?
he just kind of gestures. He's like, "We'll be here." I'll,
Excellent.
I will say, while I'm intrigued, and we definitely are having similar concerns, I'm gonna need a very solid plan before I'm willing to take the next step.
Understood, and I would ask nothing less.
All right. He like sticks out his hand to shake your hand.
I do so.
uh, and then he's like, and he like puts his hand up, and like the bartender just comes over with another round. So Sheila and Zilch, um, Sheila, as you're sitting there, doing your best, drinking beer and looking pretty, uh, it, an individual wanders over and is just like, "You're new around here."
How are you?
Uh, I'm great. Had a tough day out at sea. Uh,
Oh, are you a sailor?
I am. I assume wonderful woman as yourself would probably do very well out at sea. Do you enjoy ships?
I've captained a dinghy or two.
I'm so bad at this. he like, is anyone sitting next to you?
Oh, jeez.
Huh? Zilch is so Zilch. Are you like on the other side or?
Yeah, I'm like next to Sheila, like with my back against the bar, like, sipping on my drink, like watching around the bar.
So this individual's probably on like the other side of Sheila. Um, and maybe you're like at the end of the bar, so there's no like seat at the other side. And it's just kind
Like
of like,
as this dude like walks up to Sheila, Zilch is just gonna like look directly at him and just be like,
didn't seem deterred by that, but as he like looks at the seat and then sees it's like and starts talking to Sheila, he's like, you can see him starting to get a little nervous.
Zilch just shakes his head and like continues looking around the building.
Uh,
So are you like a captain?
I mean, not yet, but I'm hoping to work my way up to that soon. I'm next in line from the first mate, so like just a little bit more work, but like I could uh I could be your captain.
Well, if you want to sail on these seven seas, I'm gonna need you to give me a little bit more than that.
Zilch just like gags and like makes a gagging face.
uh, you can see him starting to like quiver a little bit at this point, and he's just like,
This poor guy.
uh, uh, um,
You want a drink? Let's get a drink.
sure. Uh, I'll just leave it at like, you like, I guess, how would you want this to end, Sheila? Do you want to like really run him ragged, or?
I just want to drink an ale real down, real hard, like the grossest PBR ever, and just look at him and him just be like so freaked out that he's like, I can't handle.
Okay, yeah. It just you can see after that, like you start chugging it, so he tries to like keep up, and then like he as you just finish it and like put it down, he like uh you have a wonderful night, uh
You as well.
and he just like scampers off.
Take care, Skipper.
Sheila, you're never gonna find somebody
Yeah,
if you
Zilch.
push. If you're never gonna find somebody if you push them all away.
You're muted.
No, I heard it.
Yeah, I heard
Or
it.
can I not hear you?
Can you hear me now? Oh, the mic was far away.
Yeah.
Sheila, you're never gonna find somebody if you push them all away.
Just the dead stare. Did we lose audio? No, Sheila, come back.
Can you
You're
hear me,
muted. Yeah.
Sheila?
You're muted. Let them. I'll let them figure it out.
Yeah. Zilch, was that a new recruit?
Oh, are you guys back?
Yes, we're back.
We're back.
Yeah. So he's like, as this guy runs away, he's gonna look at Sheila and be like, Sheila, you're never gonna find somebody if you just push them all away. That was definitely intentional.
Yes, it was because we're on a mission.
Well, he's a sailor. You could have recruited him.
I need a whole ship.
Well, he probably belongs to a ship. Maybe there's people that never mind. It's fine. Anyway,
He did. He was third mate.
second mate. He said he was next in line to be first mate. Were you
And if you're
listening to
not-
him, or were you busy chugging your beer?
You're right. I was gulping really loud.
You were gulping loudly. I heard it. I heard the gulps. Fucking disgusting, by the way. Don't ever say ride the seven seas ever the fuck again. At least not if I'm right next to you. Don't ever fucking do that. Anyway. Oh, Etrian and knocked on your back.
Indeed.
You guys
We,
were-
Hey guys, was
we
that
have
a,
found an investor, however, he
successful
requires
recruit?
a concrete plan.
Okay, how much is he investing?
He would not say until he has said concrete plan, which
So
I
we
do not
have
blame.
So we have a potential investor for an undisclosed amount.
There, we're only potential revenge plot here, so
That's fair.
balances out.
He is of like mind. However, as a businessman, I imagine he is hesitant to join any ventures that could be risky for his business.
Well, did you tell him we had a fleet and that we just need more ships?
We do not have a fleet.
I know.
Why did you not volunteer or tell me to say that?
You know what?
You know that I am not
You know, you're
excellent
right.
at this.
That is on me. I apologize. That is absolutely on
Although
me.
I believe that conversation went very well.
I was honestly gonna
You
put money
convinced him and
down on somebody
everything.
swinging at you, but yeah. So nobody swung at you, and you guys got out without a fight. So I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
So do we want to try that other guy?
I do not believe that he is my type of person.
All
As
right.
in someone else should attempt.
He was the one that was surrounded by everybody.
Sheila, you want to go listen to an old man tell a story?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Two more ales.
Make it 3. 'Cause
Four
those two
more
are for-
ales.
Those 2 are for Sheila.
Um, so do you walk over to the table with like a handful of ales, or do you finish them before you walk over?
Oh no, totally bumping crowd like this.
I love the thought of like you getting there and people being like, "Oh," like thinking you got some for the rest of the table, and they like
And
reach
then you
out
just
for
drink
one.
them. You just vomit.
Um, so yeah, there's space at this table. It's like I said, it's the largest table here, and it seems like people kind of come and go as like the day goes. So like it's not it's easy enough to find a spot if all 4 of you want to like make your way over. Sheila, if you're looking to kind of initiate this, there is a seat directly next to this individual that opens up at the moment.
I'm definitely gonna sit down next to it.
So as you all sit down, he's like, "So, and then the Kraken just totally was just terrified of us and just like sunk back in, and the waves and the boat was rocking, and it was it was wild. It was wild." And everyone just kind of like, and then you see like a bunch of people kind of like get up and shift around, and then he like looks over to you, Sheila, and he's like, hello. Uh, to who do I owe the pleasure to?"
Just a lost girl looking for, her man at sea.
Oh. Uh, he kind of like leans back and he's like, I don't think I've seen you around here. I'm Vincent.
I'm Sheila.
It's a lovely name, Sheila. Uh, ha have you ever heard? I I assume you're not from around here. I don't think I've seen you.
I think it'd be hard to miss me.
That is very true. Uh, and you can see he's a little like starstruck for a moment, and then it's just kind of like, so do you have you ever been to the? Hold on, I need to come up with a name for it. Where is the world map? Nope. Full world. Uh, have you ever
Okay,
been to
so
the Irium Triangle?
I have not.
Well, if you ever are on the open oceans and make your way north from Octeon, there is an area in the middle of the sea that is known to absorb ships. I was sailing once through it, and we hit some rough waters, and in an attempt to avoid the storm, diverted and ended directly in the middle of it. Uh, and he starts going on about this like ghost story and how he had to fearlessly direct his ship and ended up like actually veering completely on off thing and swooning a ghost to let his ship sail free and just this huge tall tale of essentially like a story about the Bermuda Triangle. Um, and as he kind of comes to the conclusion of it, he's like, uh, would you ever want to take a ride on my ship? I could show you it."
Uh, yeah, absolutely. We'll check out your ship.
Um, it's the biggest in the fleet.
Well, where's your slip?
Christ. um, he describes the slip in the docks and like gives the details to it. Um, and he's like, what is such a pretty lady doing in a bar like this? I mean, we have plenty of female sailors, but none from out of town ever seem to make their way in.
Oh, just gauging how big everyone's ship is. Perhaps, seeing if there might be multiple ships that want to engage in some action.
Does anyone else step in, or is this just gonna like progress? I'm absolutely curious because
I'm gonna come over and say I overheard you mention an area of the ocean where ships disappear. Is this a true story?
of course. Make an insight
Can you mark
check.
it on this map? And I pull out a map from like a pouch on my hip and I just like play it out.
He does actually mark a specific spot, and I will. I'm trying to think if this is a. I think this is. I will flip you guys
Road
to
trip.
the world map real quick.
Because I hear ships disappearing in a specific spot and I think, oh, secret hideout.
um,
Not because it's particularly logical, but that's just what I immediately think.
no, that's fair. So he does point to a spot that's like right um, here. It seems to be kind of centered between Irium and Tithios and Octeon,
There's
which
an
is
island named Ravnica?
this is the it's this is an old
No,
map.
It's the old map.
But yes,
Just
this
like-
is theoretically supposed to be the like antithesis of the like Ravnica lore in the game or in our game.
I love it.
I think it was like swallowed up or something. I don't remember. Um, but yeah, I know. We were trying to figure out how to integrate it because we were trying to like merge the campaigns, and then it was like it never ended up merging at all. So,
I got it.
uh, but yeah, so there's a triangle in the middle of the Irium Sea. That's essentially it's just the dead center of the sea. Um, make an insight check.
Zilch is gonna
Zilch,
pipe
sorry.
up. Zilch is gonna pipe up when he starts talking about the like the Irium Triangle, and he's gonna be like, "Well, you said you have a fleet, right? So like, that's good because like if you lose some to the triangle, then at least you have some more, right?"
I mean, yes, but I've never lost a ship. And he, like kind of
Wow,
like,
that's impressive.
hmm?
But how big is your fleet?
Does it seem like he's lying?
Yeah,
So you're definitely picking up a lot of lying
Bullshit.
about the stories themselves. But when he like speaks of like I've never lost a ship, you don't pick up any sort of like falsehood there. And he definitely changes his tone a little bit when he starts talking about his like fleet. And he's like, "My fleet is 3 ships strong. I have never lost a ship." Uh, there's the... I'm not gonna do that. I can't remember all 3 anyway.
He just
The
didn't
Nina,
fit
the
with her.
Pinta, and the
I
Santa
almost
Maria.
did it. I almost did it. All right, I'm just gonna commit.
Amazing.
Santa.
Nino, Pinto, and Santa Maria.
Santa Mario.
Santa Mario. Yeah.
All right, Santa Maria, Pinto, and I need a better one for Nino.
Nino.
The Nino.
Nino. Perfect. Uh, and he speaks of his crew, like of his ships and his crew, and he's like, if you guys get him going, um, he does start speaking of frustration that he hasn't been able to sail recently because he refuses to lose a ship, and the seas are very frustrating lately to try and move around.
So how would you like to do something about that?
What do you mean?
Zilch is gonna look around real quick. Are there like a lot of people at this table still?
It's mostly after he started going on about the Irium Triangle again. The rest of the people seem to have like heard the story for like 7,000th time, and all just kind of got up and were like,
All right,
"Great,
Grandpa.
new blood." Yeah, exactly. You guys listen.
Zilch is gonna let down his hood and be like, "We're building an army, and we'd like to know if you would like to be part of that."
Make a persuasion check. I would
Can I
say
help?
I'd say you can have advantage because you guys are all kind of, especially Sheila's been assisting and buttering this guy up.
And that's gonna be
I'm gonna give him guidance. No.
That's fine. Okay, so 15,
plus
16,
6.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay. Uh, he gives you essentially the same answer as the as Miles does, or as Mile did, uh, in the idea of like, yeah, I'm frustrated. I'd be willing to, depending on what kind of plan you propose. Um, but I'm not gonna just stick my neck out for a bunch of random individuals.
Yeah. So
Can you find other people that feel the same way? Other captains with other fleets? Or
I'll put a feeler out. There are.
do we have?
we don't need definite yeses from everyone right now. We just need a lot of
Yeah,
people who are interested.
So
We have
Once we have a lot
investors.
of people who are
We're
interested,
working in that aspect.
well,
We're looking for recruits. We need ship.
you're in a currently a relatively close knit circle, but there are. I'm hesitant to necessarily. I'll try and put a feeler out, but I am hesitant to start broadcasting this because I don't really feel like having to deal with issues in the port in addition to on the sea, if you know what I mean.
yeah, no, I feel you.
You can do
That
it
makes sense.
quietly.
You know what? You don't have to ask anybody. Tell you what, you tell us who to talk to.
Uh,
An even better plan.
Question.
Then you're not implicated at all, and it's all on us.
I think we talked about this last week, but I can't remember what the answer was.
mhm.
Would we be able to know if we were being scryed upon?
No, I don't believe that's how the spell works. I don't think people can pick up on it.
If we're intentionally looking to see if we're being scryed upon.
Um,
I like Knocked On as a character is still convinced that Thaddeus is not scrying on him because he's never met him, but that doesn't mean that I'm not with people who are being scryed upon.
yeah, so I have to look up the scry spell because I don't remember. I think it is technically the spell technically creates a like orb, an invisible orb that is like seen through. Um, you can
I've
see.
seen invisible things.
Do you have like? Let's see. Honestly,
I just have a stupid perception.
Oh,
On a
a
failed
creature that
save.
can see invisible objects sees the sensor's luminous orb.
Yeah. So can you see invisible objects?
On a high enough roll, I have, but or I've seen. Let me rephrase. On a high enough roll, I have seen a person who has invisibility cast upon them.
Okay. So I'd say this is a lot more difficult because it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like
Yeah.
yeah. So I'd say unless you could see invisibility on like a consistent sense, or if you just cast it randomly and maybe
Writing
get
down
lucky,
new project. See invisibility.
you might be able to perceive this orb. But other than that, it's a very low chance you'd notice. There are items you can have that you do know that your ship is currently protected from scrying, and uh, whatchamacallits, shit,
I'm gonna lean over
Xander's area
to
is.
Zilch and Etrian and Sheila and say we should likely attempt to move, as we should not stay in one spot for too long.
Knockdown. Can't you do tattoos? Can we tattoo the empty scrying rune on people?
Um,
AJ said it would last like it would be a temporary thing.
so once you cast
Yeah,
it,
for like a
it's
month, but I
temporary,
mean,
but the answer is I can. However, it will take some time to research the spell and perform the tattoos.
might be worth looking into though. If you seem to keep getting into trouble. Every time we go
Anyway.
off the ship, it's a new tattoo.
Anyway, sir, may I have your name?
I go by Vincent.
Vincent.
Basange.
All right. How about this? When the time comes, you'll know.
He just kind of smiles and is like, "That's very ominous, but I'll keep that in mind."
He's into it.
um. So yeah.
When the time comes, I'm going to give you a location outside of the city. And we're going to have a meeting of sorts.
He just kind
And
of
we're going to,
nods.
and I mean, I'm sure you can figure out where we're going to go from there. But
You'll need something a little bit more solid before I'm just gonna go sailing to some point in the ocean. But
oh yeah, of course.
Considered me interested.
So that's all I need.
Um,
My name's Silch, by the way.
I will say, based on your previous perception check, Zilch, you do notice an individual who kind of like seems to have been paying like seems to like perk up at this and kind of like dips out of the bar after you kind of say that.
Wearing, are you
Um,
wearing anything recognizable?
it just seems
Like
like
an object or something that I'm going to focus on?
just a dark cloak.
Excuse me one moment. So Zilch wants to put his hood up, and then he's just gonna bolt after him.
Okay. So you guys see
Can you
Zilch
turn
be
me
like,
invisible?
and then just take off running out the door.
I'm going after you.
Okay.
The last time I didn't listen to someone, things went horribly wrong.
Um. So yeah. As you burst out the door, it's raining. And you kind of like look around quickly. Give me a perception check to see if you can pick up this guy's trails or survival.
16 and 2, so 18.
Mm-mm.
Also an 18.
20.
Oh, do we still have emboldening bonds?
Yep.
What does that give us? A D4?
Yep.
23.
So 20.
So let's see, what is that? What is that for totals? An 18, 13, an 18 plus 2, 20.
18, 17, and 20.
Okay, so yeah, you guys bolt out the door and like you look left, you look right, and there's like it's just like it's raining, so it's really hard to kind of get like a good glimpse of like anything, and you just see a lot of people in cloaks in the rain, and it just like it's like that Assassin's Creed moment if you ever play where you just like disappear into the crowd and you just like instantly lose track of him.
Shit. All right.
But yeah, so.
Fuck.
I I'm gonna
I can
I'm gonna
turn that
call
into a dog and see if I can smell him.
I'm gonna call
I don't know if
10
I recognize him.
out from the
Oh
alley
no.
Okay. You guys just see this like creepy, soaking wet creature start emerging from this dark
and
alley.
have him sort of like walk into the middle of the crowd and just like almost intentionally just like kind of scare people. Not like boo, but like just like be
Yeah.
sort of in the way.
People like notice it and they're like, "The
Like what the
fuck!"
exactly.
Okay.
And I would like to sort of observe people's reactions as it sort of like, and it's not a slow thing. It's gonna like skitter up and down like a
Okay.
block each way, basically.
Make a intimidation check for 10.
Intimidation. Oh, okay.
You can use yours. I don't know if that creature has
13.
one.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Is
well,
that-
actually, let me see if it might be bigger. It might be higher. Let me check. Oh,
You get advantage. So.
intimidation. No, it's just mine.
Okay. So it's not that, I guess here's the thing. It's not that it doesn't terrify people, because it does, but you don't pick up someone who's like unaffected by it or like sticks out of the crowd in a sense that makes you be like, that dude seems sketchy. Uh but yeah, unfortunately you just kind of lose them. Um if
Right.
you
We
yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah,
We-
I
we
just
gotta
say
go.
I think we should go back to Xander's.
We should
I
dip
agree.
through some alleyways too, like, and make sure we have lost whoever may have been watching us.
I got an 11 stealth, so
Well,
Good thing it's raining hard.
Yeah.
Pass without a trace again. I'm gonna do pass without a trace again.
okay.
Take off.
All right. So you guys pass without a trace a little bit. So that ends up being what, a
Would I know
19?
where any trees are? I can just take us back to the ship so we can recoup.
I'd say you could definitely find like it's if you wanted to just head back to the ship right now, I'd say you guys could easily like kind of go to a park in this city and just like it's raining in the like late at night. There's probably if there is anyone, it's like one person and you could just like wait 5 seconds and then just tree strike
Yeah,
or
no.
turn.
So
and I'm
we,
gonna
do, we
say
can get back to the ship real fast, but it's
I
up to
would like
everyone
to go
else.
back to Xander's. However,
Yeah, we need to make sure that we can get back to the city
Finn
easily.
is still at Xander's.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, we need to
That's
make sure
true,
that
yeah.
we can still get back to the city
I
afterwards.
would prefer to not leave him alone and wake up in
We-
that beautiful,
again, yeah.
gorgeous lab.
So we
Wakes
grab
up
Finn,
again alone.
head back
All
to the
alone.
Explodey boy wakes up in the lab.
Um,
Like, even if you guys are going back to the ship, I'm just gonna say like I will make my way back to the lab.
No, we should go back to the lab, and I want to see if there's the closest park or the closest tree to that, so we have a quick way back,
That's
Yeah.
and then we can
wise.
decide if we want to take Finn back.
And I'm gonna tell 10 to go like sort of around the block from me wherever I go, to sort of distract people and make people like be going
yeah.
and chasing 10 around basically rather instead of me.
All right. So what we got? I mean, with pass without a trace, we got a 19, a 26.
30
28.
30.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'd say you guys are able to. You feel very confident that you're able to essentially like disappear into the rain yourselves and sneak back to Xander's lab without any sort of tail finding you there. And you feel confident that you are able to get back into there um, and yeah, well, actually, that's a good point to just kind of, unless there's anything you guys wanted to wrap up.
No, I think
We-
that's as good as that could have gone for us.
That was pretty good. There's a lot of good rolls there, so I guess as much as I had plans for if it went awry.
So I think that plan is completely fucked because those two guys are going to wind up dead tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing too.
God
Yeah,
damn,
I feel kind of bad for that. Maybe we can find out where he lives and go protect him.
we don't have time for that shit.
Hmm.
And 3 ships is not enough. We need an armada.
However, if the captains end up dead, we can likely recruit their crews.
We know who killed him.
That's-
Get your revenge.
Yeah, but if the captains end up dead, you know who else can recruit their crews?
Thaddeus.
Yeah.
Well, then we should be first. I told you we should offer money up front.
That solves that problem.
Well, I mean, it doesn't make sense to offer money to somebody that we're asking for resources.
Isn't that
We know
how
those people, maybe
standard
now.
currency works?
No, but like we want them to give us
It's
the
complicated.
resources and the money, like, and the ships and the men. Like,
We want to
But
be the
we-
resource that they want to buy.
yeah, we are the resource for them, not the money. Like, we're not paying for these services because we can't afford that service. We need them to do it because they need it.
I see. And I
We need them-
clearly do not see.
We need them to be on our side because if they are for hire, then we could just be outbid by Thaddeus.
I
Well, if
agree.
Thaddeus
However,
does
they
kill them, we
already
can
do not
prove
like
it, and we can at least
Thaddeus.
get 3 boats.
Why would they work for Thaddeus?
If he's paying them more. If they decide to jump ship and work for Black Fog, he could pay them more than we're willing to offer.
I see. How
So if-
unfortunate.
Able to.
So we need people who are invested in this, who need this to stop. Where do we find those people? I have no fucking idea.
I still think that breaking people out of prison seems like the most risky but most
See-
viable option.
I'm not
I
sure
feel like
why.
that's problem solved because we got someone with all the money. We might have some boats, and we just need people to crew it. And what better than all the people that want revenge on the city from prison? Or Thaddeus. Hopefully, they want to go after Thaddeus.
We are sure
or we
banking
let
on a
Heavy know
whole
what's
lot of
going on
hypotheticals
somehow.
here.
Yeah. You gotta have hope.
Oh, all right. Well, fuck.
That's best case scenario.
I'm gonna take a nap, and we'll figure this out in the morning.
Okay. So yeah, as you guys recollect yourselves and settle into your
Oh.
current, uh,
Could I
current.
check
sp-
with Loretus real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. What do you want to ask him?
I just want to ask him how he's doing on the enchanted dragon that I'm trying to trade for the ring of spell storing or trying to sell.
I will definitely we can resolve that. I will ask AJ because I don't know the answer to that.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure I said it, but next time I was like, I asked because there's like,
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's 'cause I can't even make up an answer.
If
for
we can
that.
just sell, if we can just sell it for money, that might help. It's a one of a kind enchanted dragon's head that will breathe fire or ice or acid or whatever or lightning or something. So maybe they sell it to that guy in Port Royal for a bunch of money and use that to fund a armada or something. Then problem
the
solved. Yeah.
The Gith guy?
I don't know, the one that made your wrap and
Yeah.
Sheila's special scabbard.
Speaking of the Gith,
I don't know. I
This-
just know he loved dragons. He loved that dragon orb.
okay, so this might be a little out there, but you know who has a fucking army? Is the Gith.
Yeah. So what? We just tricked them into attacking Thaddeus?
I mean, we've had crazier plans.
Would be
So
interesting.
we just have to run into them and Thaddeus at the same time.
We
Or
attack
figure
them.
out what causes the gift to attack a place. Or yeah, we attack the gift and say it was and blame it on Thaddeus, and then they start going to war, and we just sit back.
It's not an awful idea to blame it on Thaddeus.
I
They
mean,
don't know. They don't know shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know we're kind of tied up with this right now, but there's also a war happening in Moyo.
There's another war.
That's right.
Yeah.
Concha has an army, so if we can settle that dispute, we can go take her army.
I think we're going about
This
this wrong.
escalated so quickly.
I think we're going about this wrong. I think going after one ship at a time is like fruitless.
I mean, we'd be betting everything on that one move though, and hope that that works. Potentially,
Yeah.
I'm all for it. Let's go end of war. That actually sounds pretty cool. Like,
Well, I love all this. I'm gonna let everyone go as these. I'm sure this conversation will continue for the rest of the week. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with us, and come by next Wednesday for more planning and more scheming.
Sweet. Good night.
Bye, everybody.